Can everyone hear Amy?
Testing, yes.
Howdy.
I want to thank everybody for coming out. This was, in many ways, a last-minute effort, and they pulled it off phenomenally. I think Alibaba.com deserves a round of applause from everyone right now. Today, we wanted to talk to you about AI. It is a topic that all of us have been super familiar with and hearing a lot for the last 6, 9, 12 months. And it is changing the way that businesses are going to be run moving forward. And so today we want to walk you through how we can use Alibaba.com in our businesses, AI in our businesses in conjunction with Alibaba.com, and what other aspects we can do. So I'm Brandon Young. I am a seller first. I will do over $30 million just on Amazon this year. Thank you. I started teaching how to do Amazon in 2017, 2018, and now I've taught tens of thousands of people how to sell on Amazon and have personally created hundreds of millionaires. The other part of my business is a software called DataDive, in which we are embracing AI and launching AI tools to do product research validation and whatnot. I want to give it over to Amy to have her introduce herself, and then to Brian as well.
Hello, everyone. It's so great to be here. Alibaba.com is really just some of the amazing things that they showed that they're doing with their website and capabilities are very impressive. So happy to be here. I founded Amazing at Home e-commerce, but I'm also a brand owner. I invented a pet product, and we've done over 7 figures of that product in the last few years. And it's just been really, really fun developing products and helping others develop products as well. And now with artificial intelligence, taking what used to take me years and doing it in a matter of hours. So I'm excited to share some of that with you today.
Yeah, and Brian?
Hello, excuse me. I'm also a seller, and I think I'm on Alibaba.com at least every other day. In addition to being an Amazon seller, I recently formed a company called AI Simplified to help business owners integrate artificial intelligence into their lives and businesses. And it's just a real blessing to be here with Brandon and Amy to share a bit of that knowledge with everybody here.
Great. So we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to talk about some of the aspects of which AI can help you. And I think a lot of people that aren't embracing AI don't realize that this is not something you can put back in the bottle. So I came up with a little analogy. Imagine blowing up a balloon and then popping that balloon and then trying to reconstruct the balloon from all the little pieces and then putting every single molecule of air that was in that balloon back in that balloon. That's what it would be like to try to get AI out of here again. It's not going away. So what we are talking about is how it is going to impact every aspect of every business, but we're going to talk about e-commerce today. We are going to be able to validate products, use AI to go and analyze all of our competitors and find out what people like, what people don't like, what features they have, and how to do it better. We're going to be able to validate the product by looking at keywords. Thank you. Looking at keywords and understanding what keywords they're doing well on and what they're not doing well on, and how to design the product, of which Amy and Brian are going to share some great strategies on some of these aspects as well. And then you're going to be able to write your listing in a way that not only converts because it sounds really great from a marketing perspective, but also ranks well because it takes into consideration the data from Amazon or keyword research. Then you're going to be able to launch the product, manage your supply chain. You're going to be able to make everything more efficient from ordering the right amount of units to getting it here landed to making sure that everything is more efficient and saving you money. And then finally, what's coming last is going to be your marketing. Imagine a world in which you hit a button and the AI will rewrite your listing, turn on ads, turn off ads to maximize your keyword ranks and your profits. That's coming in the next 2 years. So today I want to pass it over to Amy and talk a little bit about some of these products and what you see trending.
All right. Well, I'm so excited to talk about this as an inventor myself and a consultant that helps people develop products. When ChatGPT and Midjourney and Adobe Firefly came around, it was so great to start playing with these tools and again, develop things that I'd been thinking about for years in the matter of hours. So I'm going to show you some examples today. These are some tools that I used to create these examples, and many of these products that I'm showing you today are already being launched on the market. In fact, the purse that I'm carrying around today, I don't have it on stage, but the purse that I'm carrying around today was actually developed and created with AI and, of course, the help of our supplier. So, I hope I'm hitting the right button here. You can really visually represent your wildest dreams. There's so many things you can do. You can do website mock-ups, product prototype visualizations, shippers for displaying your products in stores, updates to your catalogs, so many cool things that you can do. So let's show you some examples. So one of my clients had this problem. He really wanted to get into clutch purses, handbags, because this is a trending product, but he wasn't sure about how to design these. So what we did is we researched what was trending in the latest leathers. And there was a lot of information in this article, right? Tons of information in the research. And we thought, how do we actually take this article here and turn it into 5 really great purse designs? Well, with the help of artificial intelligence, you can now feed in tons of information, and it can actually make some great recommendations based on that information. So now you guys have tons of articles and things like that, trends, all that kind of data that you're using. You can now feed that into artificial intelligence, such as ChatGPT, and ask it to design you some products. So that's what we did. We asked ChatGPT, we said, read this article and design 5 purses for us. And we put it into 2 different image programs. One was Adobe Firefly, and the other was Midjourney. And we just simply copied and pasted the Midjourney description, or excuse me, the ChatGPT description into these AI visual representation tools. And again, we just asked ChatGPT, copied and pasted. And on the left, you have Midjourney's result. And on the right, you have Adobe's result. And this was for a distressed leather purse. So some really cool designs. Now, of course, you can work those prompts a little bit more on both programs and get even better results. The next one that we designed was a sea-inspired sleek clutch, because sea-inspired mermaid stuff is really, really trending. And you can see some of the designs that a simple copy and paste created. Next, we did a regenerative exotic clutch. Again, just simple copy and paste into AI image generation tools. Ladies, would you like to own any of these designs? I think they're pretty cool. All right, next we want to talk about packaging, because packaging can really, really change how your product is perceived. Can we all agree on that, right? The increase that was creating chocolates. He owns a chocolate factory in New York City, and he really wanted to try what Godiva was doing. Godiva had this 4-pack of chocolates, and he wanted to do something similar. But how can a big brand compete with something like that? And so we thought, what little boxes are women really excited to get? Tiffany, anyone? So we used AI to take the inspiration of Tiffany, the inspiration of that look and feel, and we designed a chocolate box. Who wouldn't be excited to get a box of chocolates that look like that, right? I see some head nods. Next, I had a client that imported very expensive olives from Spain. These were over, $100 to buy these on Amazon. It was a really experience. But he was shipping them in a plain brown box. So we brainstormed, what type of boxes are people really excited to pay money for? The gift boxes, right? Harry and David, that kind of thing. And we redesigned his boxes. You can see the prompt here. But we redesigned his boxes with inspiration of them coming from Spain with the black and gold colors. And this really elevated his brand. Okay? Next, I have a client that works with wallets. He sells over 7 figures in wallets and e-commerce every year. And he said, hey, what can I do that's different? So again, we used the inspiration. And we asked AI, hey, can you help us design some wallets that are modeled after these mid-century modern office chairs that men are paying a lot of money for, right? And AI came up with some great designs incorporating wood into the wallets. And you can see we actually had the supplier make samples based on the images that we created with AI. And these wallets are being launched very shortly. And this is another wallet design that we came up with that is also being launched shortly. So you guys can see what you can do in a matter of moments and how you can take inspiration and very quickly visualize and then work with your supplier to make it happen.
I love these examples, and I think it's phenomenal. So the trend today is going to be to embrace the change, to talk about how AI is making everything hundreds of times faster, hundreds of times cheaper, and you're going to be able to move at the speed of light. And if your competition does not, you will crush them. So I want to spend just a second showing this image here. What we used is a service called PickFu, and I wanted to create a wine rack that was different with AI. And so I went through some prompts, and I found one that it gave me suggestions on. And it is round, it's different shape, and it has lighting. And I tested, I said, which one would you rather own against the best-selling wine racks on Amazon? And we were the clear winner. So it goes to show you that the old way was to wait for a designer to bring back some potential designs. And it would take weeks to get back some designs that were okay. Now you can spend 10, 20 minutes and get designs that are great. And this is where Alibaba.com comes in. You should be working with Packaging Factory to make elegant packaging like Amy showed. You should be working with factories for the products and talking about customization. And I'll get more into customization later, but I want to toss it to Brian to talk about why this is becoming more and more efficient and how you're using it.
Thanks, Brandon. So, who would like to do things the easy way? Raise your hand. First is the hard way. Right, does anybody want to do anything the hard way? Anybody? I don't see any hands up. Okay, good. I thought so. So one of the coolest things about AI is it allows us to hit the easy button. And so with automation, we can take our e-commerce brands, our e-commerce businesses, and super accelerate a whole lot of different areas of what normally we would toil over with creating listings and developing products, as you just saw several amazing examples from my co-panelists here. And I'd like to show you one way that we have used artificial intelligence to automate a process that those of you that are selling on Alibaba.com or any other platform do day in and day out. And so I'm going to show you a little process that we created for listing products from start to finish and creating products from start to finish and putting them online. How's that?
Yeah, let's do it.
What's the forward button?
It's the big green
I'm a little technically challenged.
The big green one.
I got it, okay. I hit it.
Try it again. One more time.
One more time.
Oh, you're hitting the wrong one. There you go.
Hey guys, so Brian wanted me to make this video really quickly.
The audio is a little tight. What you're seeing here is a product that is listed on a Shopify store. Okay, just title, description, images, etc.
As you can see, it's got a description.
This entire product was created with the click of literally one button. Because behind the scenes, what you're going to see a little bit here in a moment of the technology that runs this is all these images, all the product descriptions, all the titles were created using a whole series of prompting and image creation using a variety of different artificial intelligence tools like Midjourney and ChatGPT and Claude AI and Stable Diffusion, just to name a few. And here on the back side, you can see some of the technology using a platform called Make.com that we connected all the dots so that we can list not just a new product design, but hundreds, thousands of new product designs literally in minutes and make them live on our Shopify store. And here's where it really gets fun. And I know Amy does a lot of this. This also creates your Instagram posts, your Facebook posts, your Twitter feed, your TikTok shorts, all at once. So we can test new ideas to the tune of hundreds or thousands after developing and using AI technology. Now that's pretty smooth automation, right? So this is where things are going. I wanted to give you a little glimpse as to where things might be headed for your business, and if you're not doing it, someone else might be. Make.com is a tool for connecting different softwares through what's called an API, and we don't have time to talk about what all that is today, but we're all day.
Another alternative to Make.com that you might be more familiar with is Zapier.
Zapier, exactly.
So you could use either or, they both connect to the API.
So we're talking a little bit about some of the tools that you're going to be able to implement and then bring them to Alibaba.com suppliers, right? And so the first is to make sure that you're going to get the right product made. So if you're an Amazon seller, you need to make sure that you validate that product with keyword research, you analyze the competition, because you need to know how many you need to order. You need to know how the current sellers are getting their sales and whether you can do a better job. And then the design is the next element. And so these are some of the tools that we're using. And so I want to pass it along to Amy again to talk a little bit about how you're dealing with. Oh, Brian, you're back. Sorry, Brian, you're back.
I'm back. So I believe what we're about to see, yes, we are, is a video.
The legend of Peanut Pip. And while I can't share exactly how the finished story is visually presented for proprietary reasons, I can share some of the character creations.
Entirely artificial intelligence technology.
Audio soundscape. Now the soundscape is really the essence of how these stories are presented. We've used custom created voice synthesis with 11 labs for many of the characters' voiceovers and a full symphonic music bed that dramatically accentuates the storyline. As you listen here, I'll let you imagine how the visual elements will be displayed.
There once was a magical kingdom called Xanthia, and it was surrounded by the beautiful lush green Brendlewood forest. Xanthia was a very happy place, where the village people all lived carefree lives under their beloved king and queen, Merlin and Melina Miggleston. The busy cobblestone streets of the village are all lined with small shops and restaurants that all share the rich culture and heritage of Xanthia. There is a pure joy that echoes through the streets, as every turn seems to reveal a new celebration, with people laughing and dancing. One day, a traveler arrived by boat on the shores where the Brendlewood forest meets the ocean.
So there's just a few examples of how we're using a million AI tools that are currently available in the market to augment our customer experiences or our concert goer experiences, the visual elements, and all sorts of things like that. I think one of the key things that we always keep in mind is whatever the output is of the AI, you can even further accentuate it and customize it so it's even more appropriate. So it's AI with a human touch, so to speak. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching.
What you've just seen is a overview of a brand that we developed, we had an idea for several years. When ChatGPT came out in November of last year, we finally had the tool that we needed to write the copy, write the content. That led us to other tools to create the imagery. All these characters are unique. All these characters will be sold in the form of toys, stuffed animals, board games. You saw a board game design on that video as well. So we're taking an entire brand, creating it all from AI, all from just a few of our own ideas. We're not movie producers. We are not artists. We are not screenwriters. We are not even authors professionally, or maybe we are.
What would the production of that have cost 2 years ago? Tens of thousands?
Well into the tens of thousands, yeah.
Right.
And how much did it cost you to do all that? Would you
About
estimate?
200 hours of our time. Yeah, but it was me and a partner that did that created that, so.
Incredible.
Yeah, we had no other outside help.
So you can create an entire world. Tolkien would have been very jealous of what's happening today.
There might be one more slide. Oh, yes. If you would like to receive our entire AI automation framework, it's yours as our gift to you. So, and this is an AI-enabled QR code, and if you interact with it, you'll see what I'm talking about, and I'm happy to share that with everybody here as just a free gift. So enjoy.
Thank you for the gift. So we've gone through a little bit of a journey around validating the product, working on designing it, and finding a partner manufacturer for the packaging and for the product with Alibaba.com. Now we've got to launch the product. And so what sells the product? It's going to be the main imagery, the content, the A+ content, the lifestyle content. That's what's going to be what increases your performance of your listing. And in order to rank on Amazon, it's very simple. It's a formula that includes performance times your relevancy. And your relevancy is established with keyword research and writing your listing properly. But the performance is going to be where the content comes in. And Amy's got some amazing tips on what she's been doing with A+ content.
Yeah. Okay, so how many of you are familiar with the tool Midjourney? How many people are using it? Okay, I can see some hands out there. That's awesome. So Midjourney, just a quick introduction to Midjourney. And you can go to midjourney.com to kind of learn more. They have all their documents there and everything like that. But it is a subscription tool. It works inside of a Discord server, and you chat with a bot to create images. And so you just type in /imagine, and you give it a prompt, right? But a lot of people, the barrier to using a tool like Midjourney is that they aren't sure how to prompt. So that, I showed you earlier that you can just copy and paste and look at what we came up with, right? With just a simple copy and paste out of the output of ChatGPT. But if you aren't sure how to prompt, what you can do is you can actually go to midjourney.com, and you'll see all the images there that you've ever created. And you can click on the menu item that says Explore. And in there, you can type in anything in the box. Here, I've typed in modern kitchen. And you can see all the images that other people have generated. So, how many of you have bought a ton of stock images in the past for your brand, right? We all have. So, AI is changing that for us. We can now generate any image in any size. So, what we can do to learn how to make these prompts is, I'm not recommending you take these other people's images. I'm recommending you generate your own images. But what you can do is you can actually click on Explore, type in what you're looking for, and if you see something that you like, you can actually click on that image and see what prompt they used. And something unique about Midjourney is that every single AI generation is unique. So it's not like if you type in, kitchen with, white and black colors and knife block on the counter. You could type that same prompt in over and over and over again, and every single time you'd get a different image. So it's important to remember that. So you can come to Explore, you can type in some things, you can get some inspiration, and then you can see what prompt they used, and you can even copy their exact prompt. And you won't be taking their image. It will generate a new image for you. So that's a great way to learn how to prompt image generating tools.
And I'll also say on that front, when I'm trying to design a new product, it's something sometimes where you want to keep feeding the same image. It might take you 20, 30, 40 tries where you're just adding a single word, removing a single word, and you're getting closer and closer to the design that you're looking for. Don't just take the first one and run with it.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Is just keep playing around with it. So you can copy the prompt. Again, you're not stealing anything because it's a new image every time. Okay, so you can copy the prompt. And then something else that's important is, let's say you're building out your listing on Alibaba.com, or you're building out your listing on Amazon, or you're building out your listing on your Shopify store, and you need a banner. Or maybe for your email list, you need a banner, you need something that's wider. You'll notice that a lot of these image generation tools, when you first put the prompt in there, they make a square image. And you go, what am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to use that, right? So you can actually give Midjourney an aspect ratio. And you can create wide images. You can create tall images. So you can play with that same prompt and make images in different sizes.
And what's great now is this newest feature also allows you to zoom out.
Yes, I love the zoom out feature.
So you have a zoom in or zoom out as well. So if you want to actually have it imagine more of that kitchen or more of that room, you can ask it and it'll generate more around it. And the latest feature that just came out in the last week or two was to isolate and have it reimagine just a section that you select of the image it gave you. Because one of the things that happens with Midjourney is that, like, if I want to create a cute cartoon elephant to print on some toys, toys is my biggest brand, and sometimes the trunk will be a little wrong, or the feet will be a little wrong, or the ears, or the eyes. Now you can just select that one little section, and it'll give you 4 new options.
Yes, and you can also do that with Adobe. So Adobe has a new AI image generation tool called Firefly. Has anyone played with Firefly yet? Awesome. I love both of those, both Midjourney and Adobe. And what you can do is you can now download the beta version of Photoshop. And you can pull in any image. Let's say you have an image from your photographer that's square, and you want to now expand that or use it for your website or something like that. You can pull that image into Photoshop, and you can simply draw a circle or select a square, and you can tell it that, hey, I want a cat there, or I want a person, And I actually had a video to show you guys here that didn't make it into the slide deck, showing you how to do that. But I would encourage you to play with Adobe Photoshop, because a lot of people ask me, well, Amy, can I take my product image and upload it to Midjourney and edit it, like change it? Very tough to do. Midjourney is an AI image generation tool. It's not a photo editing tool. So now that Adobe Firefly has the capability to generate AI around a photo, you can actually have an image of your product, and let's say, you're selling a cat scratcher and there's a cat on it, but you want to use that angle of that product in your new content. So you need to remove the cat and you need to fill in that spot of where the cat was covering, right? You can now literally do that with Adobe Photoshop, the beta version. You can just select it, and it will fill it in, it will remove it, and then you can put a little square over here and say, put a cat there, So what we love to do is actually upscale the image inside of Midjourney, right? So you can upscale this image or whatever image you're using. You simply click on one of the U buttons. And then once you have that upscaled image, So let's say you have a modern living room and you want to put your product in it. Take that upscaled image and now put it into Photoshop, the beta version, and now add your layers with your product or generate a human to be in that picture, right? It'll generate the human in the exact way that that human needs to be generated in order for it to fit into that image. That's incredible, guys. How much time have we spent buying stock images and trying to take a picture of a product?
Or how much money have you spent on photo shoots, right? Like we've done lifestyle photo shoots and it's tens of thousands of dollars. That's part of the disruption of AI, is that a lot of these careers around video and editing and design and coding, a lot of them are threatened and it's going to change. And so we need to embrace that change and figure out how we can take advantage of it in our own businesses.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully this inspires you guys to, kind of play around with imagery. I think this is my last slide. Yes.
Now, our software is DataDive, and so we talked about how we do product validation with keyword research, and we analyze the competition. But there's a world coming where you hit a button, and it finds a product for you, it validates that product, it looks at the competition, it designs it, it orders it. It goes on Alibaba.com and orders it. And it sets up the logistics, it gets sent in, it creates all the content, and it starts running ads for it. That's an incredible thing to think about. And it's probably a few years away, but it's coming fast. So how can you embrace this in your world? And how can you take advantage of AI? Right now, you have products that you're selling. If you're not disrupting yourself, someone's going to disrupt you. So you have a best-selling design of a product. I highly recommend you spend some time creating new variations, creating new designs for that product, and make sure that you create a moat around your product that increases your conversion rate by having more options than your competitors, that has the latest and greatest design, that has more value. And this is where it ties back in. This is where AI is going to change the world, and this is where Alibaba.com can help you in your business. You need to go fast. You need to find suppliers and manufacturers and partners who can take a design and make that reality. And Alibaba.com is one of the greatest places, is the greatest place to do that. They have all of the greatest suppliers and manufacturers on their website ready to work with you. The next step for you guys in the audience is to learn what is the cost associated with customizing a product. Soft goods, tooling, molds. How do you take an idea from an AI and make it into reality? And then that's what you need to figure out right now. How much is it going to cost me to take that purse that Amy showed us earlier and start producing it? Step one would be to validate it with an audience to make sure it's going to convert better than the current bestsellers, but then send it to a manufacturer and say, can you make this? How much does that cost you? A diaper bag, similar, it's a soft good. What about a toy? What about a kitchen product, a garlic press? We have the best-selling garlic press seller on Amazon here, and he's speaking later, Aaron Cordova. And I can tell you that there are opportunities, not necessarily to disrupt garlic presses, but if you just look around your house, there's old, stale designs that AI will reimagine for you that you can send to a factory and with very little cost start manufacturing something that's better, faster, greater. That's where AI is going. Big round of applause for our panel, for these two right here. Thank you so much. Now, Amy, fantastic. Brian, we do have 13 minutes. I want to maybe send it out to the audience for some questions if we have time for Q&A. And I also want to get one more thought from you, Brian, because you do so much with AI around video games, around board games, around your products that you manufacture. What is next? What are you trying to accomplish, and what do you see happening in the next 6 months, 12 months?
Thanks, Brandon. So, Look, everything that we've shown you today was really simply here to impress you. Are you impressed? I'm kidding. No. It was really here to show you like what's possible and what's being done today in our businesses and what can be done today in your businesses using some of the current artificial intelligence tools, technologies, practices, and things like that. What's coming next? We've alluded to some of that, Brandon. We talked about a simple photo shoot that in the past could cost $10,000 or $20,000 to hire the model and the video crew and the photo and the makeup and the hair and the studio and the travel, right? I'm working on a project we're calling, I didn't trademark this yet, so should I say what the name is? Okay, I'll say it. We're calling it Simfluencers.
So let me spell that real quick while I type it in.
Right. He's registering the domain. So it's called Simfluencers. Imagine having brand ambassadors in the style, age, race, personality, clothing, environment that fits your brand perfectly. For whether you're a product seller or a manufacturer, and being able to create that individual and put that individual in any scene, with any product, with any voice, with some clicks of buttons. That's where we're heading, and fast.
Awesome.
Very fast. The other thing is, would anybody like just one simple tip you can take away right now?
I like tips.
Right now.
What do you guys think? You want a tip?
Everybody in this room can do this, all right? To begin to get yourselves on this AI train if you haven't gotten onto it yet, or if you're just dipping your toe in. Would anybody like a little tip to help improve your efficiencies, increase profits, lower expenses right now? 10 out of like 700 people? Come on. All right. Thank you. All right, that's enough. That's at least half. So here it is. I said it was simple. Everybody in your company should get a ChatGPT $20 a month account tomorrow. And everybody in your company with a $20 a month ChatGPT account should start using it tomorrow. That's it. And every few weeks, get your company together and ask them what they did with it. That's it. I'm literally going into my CPA firm in about 4 weeks and training everybody in their company to use ChatGPT so that they, my vendor, or my finances, becomes more efficient. So the next step is, once you do that in your company, make sure all your vendors and all your suppliers are doing the same thing. And you will create efficiencies you cannot imagine. That's my tip.
Thank you so much. So, Amy, one last, we don't have too much time here. One last thing. Where do you think we're going next 12 months with product development and Alibaba.com and factories?
I think there's going to be a time where your manufacturers, not only are you as brand owners going to develop products as fast as the speed of light, right, and automate some of those processes, but I think manufacturers' catalogs and their ability to also design and ability to show you and work with you on what they can make for you is going to be revolutionized. We are moving into a digital age that is faster than we can imagine. So I really think that not only are we going to change as brand owners, but our suppliers, our manufacturers are also going to change. And the things that they bring to trade shows, the way that they show what they're doing, all of that. And it looks like Alibaba.com is working on some of that too, integrating some of that for you. So everything is going to change about the way we source, about the way we work with our manufacturers, about the way we design and develop products. And for me, that's a really exciting thing to think about. Yeah.
Same. Thank you. We're actually out of time, and I apologize. I thought we would get to some questions, but thank you again for having us, and I hope this motivated you to start disrupting yourself, working with manufacturers at Alibaba.com. Embrace AI. It's here. Don't fall behind. Thank you very much.